Notice to all viewers and social media companies. Ohio residents can use medical marijuana for qualified medical conditions under Ohio House Bill 523. The host of the show, known as 420 Live or 420 Live Ohio, may use or consume legally purchased Ohio medical marijuana products during this video. 420 Live or Ohio Cannabis Live does not promote the use of illegal drugs. This content is for informative and entertainment purposes only. This content is not meant to be used as medical advice or to be used to promote misinformation about cannabis. Viewer discretion is advised.
Another mastermind hit.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mastamynd here of Ohio Cannabis Live. Welcome back to another episode of 420 Live. Happy Friday. What y'all medicating on today? We are streaming live on YouTube only today. What's up, Little Mac 86? Welcome back to the show. What y'all medicating on? What's up, Gerziak? Yeah, you made it. You made it. It's good to have you here. So I got my guy Pothead here broadcasting live from Miami. Be here with us here in just a second. And I've got my guy Gerald Moore Jr. from Athletes and Cannabis with us as well. And we're going to definitely be talking about those dispensary licenses. We're not going to go through all 70 of them, but we are just going to talk about just some information that we have about some of the companies that did get licenses and some of them that didn't. And then also, like we talked about last week, some shops got sold. What's up, Lynette? Hey. Okay, how is that garlic breath? I think it's garlic breath. Garlic broth? Is it garlic broth or garlic breath? I'm not sure. You got some, and lemon kush keef too? Holy moly. You over there medicating right now. Hoo-hoo. Yeah, I see that. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and bring on my guest today. And like I said, we're gonna go ahead and, is there a list of what LLCs are who? No, there is not. Unless somebody on Reddit might have created one of those. No, there isn't. We just got the names, but we know who some of them are. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring on our guest panel today here. Had to change things around. All right, everybody, y'all can hear me? Can you hear me, Gerald?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Josh?
Yes, sir. What's up, baby? How y'all doing?
Yes. It's good to have y'all here on the show with me today. And like I said, it's definitely an interesting day. Before we get too far into the dispensary talk, I definitely want to welcome Gerald to the show for the first time. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited.
All right, so tell our audience a little bit about you, and then we'll talk a little bit about Athletes and Cannabis as well.
Yeah, so my name is Gerald Moore Jr. I'm an Ohio cannabis patient. I'm from the East Coast originally, born in upstate New York, raised in the D.C. area. Came to Ohio by way of Ohio University. I was a full scholarship athlete. I was All-American, two-time bowl champion, two-time MAC East divisional champion. I tried out for the NFL in 2013 as an NFL free agent. And then I started Athletes and Cannabis right around the time that we got legalization in Ohio. It was one of those things I was always consuming. But as an athlete, you can't really be on Front Street talking about you consuming if you're trying to make the league or playing in college. So it wasn't until I got my medical card that I really came out of the closet and started to share my story about how, cannabis has helped me as an athlete, just as a black man. So I'm a husband, father, philanthropist. I'm the president of Green Environmental Outreach, was a 501c3 nonprofit based in Springfield, Ohio. We build community gardens and deliver food right to the community. And so, yeah, we do a lot of great work focused on sustainability, environmental justice, and that all collides with cannabis. So I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I've been watching the show. I love what y'all doing, and let's get to it.
All right, so let me get to my little questions here. So, what was your passion for starting Athletes and Cannabis?
So my passion was really behind, the plant and the medicinal properties itself. I started consuming and I was high school, so about 17, 18. And I realized cannabis really helped me as an athlete. It helped me with different pain. You sustain a lot of different injuries in football, sprains, strains, I broke my ankle. So really, I just started recreationally, right? Like friends, I went to private school. I went to an elite private school. So people were already doing it, but it had that bad rap. My parents always told me about it, but it really didn't. I didn't really get a passion for it until I got to college, where I was like, majority of my peers were consuming, and then I started to study healthcare. My degree is in healthcare administration, so I started studying healthcare, and I was like, well, I'm technically a test dummy, right? Because we got doctors and trainers, and they'll give you pharmaceuticals, they'll give you opioids, they'll give you the Toradol shots, cortisone shots. But I'm consuming cannabis already. I'm like, well, this makes me feel way better than the opioids. And so that really began my journey. And I used to just smoke it. I tell my friends, yo, go get me some, you roll it up, and I smoke it. I didn't know what I was consuming. I didn't know, the whole process. But I just knew it made me feel better. And then I was like, man, it's a plant. So I just began to study it. And so then once, the older I got, the more I got into it. And like I said, once Ohio passed it, legalization, I really started to dive into the business side of it, the plant side of it, the science of it, the medicinal properties, the terpenes, and all of that. So it's been a steady process, a steady learning process. And then just what's happened to our community, right? Like, seeing what's happened to us as Black men specifically with the cannabis plant, the war on drugs, that really got me interested in the political side of things. And so I just been studying the game on all sides.
Got it.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart.
You
Because
got young.
the game moving at a rapid pace, man. And like you
Hmm.
said, it's not really enough black men involved. I say in Ohio, maybe in the industry as a whole it is, but in Ohio, it's very far few black men. I think it may be more black women than black
Yeah.
men involved. For real, for real. So and as black men, us being affected by that so much, we got to get that knowledge, man. That show that it's a gap in knowledge, and what Big Bro trying to do is major, and what you trying to do is major. You feel me? And trying to break that stigma, especially what you explain in your journey, being an athlete, going to them good schools, blowing that
Hmm.
gas while doing that, so you didn't
Yep.
experience, so you can speak from it firsthand. So that's really what the community be needing, man. That's the only way we gonna get to it, for real, for real.
Absolutely.
For real. Yeah.
Yes. How can people find more information about your organization?
Yeah, so you can find us on social media, Instagram, Athletes and Cannabis, AND in between Athletes and Cannabis. You can find us on Twitter, Athletes Cannabis. Website is down right now, but we're actually going to facilitate Athletes and Cannabis under my nonprofit. So it'll be a DBA under Green Environmental Outreach. And so we're going to start doing a lot more events, a lot more content. You can also find us on YouTube. Done a couple interviews and stuff on YouTube as well. So
What's the name of the
type of
show?
stuff. Athletes and Cannabis.
Okay, I thought you had another show out there too.
Oh, well, we got Ohio Cannabis Report
Okay,
that we're
yeah.
working on. And then I got my own show. I just do a personal show where I just, have conversation with different people from different industries that I've connected with. As an athlete, you connect with a lot of different people. But everybody typically looks at athletes as like monolithic, like we can only do one thing. And that's, also something that cannabis helps us with, right? Be more creative and do different things. So really spreading my wings and a lot of different things and tapping in. Because as an athlete, they force you to just be an athlete. You can't really talk about other things outside of sports. They really like to, pigeonhole you. So it's definitely a journey letting people in and showing different sides. But, that's what the podcast does. And I love
Yeah,
just, chatting it up.
for real.
How you feel about them lottery winners?
I'm glad to have 70 more. It's definitely opening it up, but I don't know what the diversity looked like in that. Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. Um, and as black men, I think we deserve to be first in line.
First
When
pick.
it,
We should have first pick, man. That should be
yeah,
in there. That should be in
yeah,
there, man. For real, for real. So we can close this wealth gap. You feel me?
exactly,
For real. They
exactly.
owe us. Yeah, nah, I feel you on that, brother. That's a
I
I
think
mean,
word.
we got a health and wealth gap. So when you look
Yeah.
at PTSD, you look at trauma, you look at separation from families because of cannabis and what that's done to the generations on generations. It's so deep, and
It's
people
so
don't want to go
crazy.
deep.
I just learned today was it like a new holiday. They calling it Cannabis Freedom Day. Son that
Mm,
Master P done started, where he got this initiative where some dude was sentenced to life for $20 worth of weed, bro. He was
mm,
sentenced to life for like $20 worth of weed. He just got out in
right.
2020, and he died in 2021. Some
Mm,
crazy shit. So I follow this company on Instagram called 40 Tons Brands, who was
mm.
also founded by a convicted felon. He was also sentenced to life, but he out free now. He doing a lot of work. So yeah, so I just learned today is a new holiday. So happy Cannabis Freedom Day to all. You hear me?
Yeah, happy
yeah,
cannabis
happy
freedom.
Cannabis Freedom Day. Yeah, I'm learning this for the very first time. I love learning
Yeah,
something new on
hey,
my own show. So
yeah, for real. Happy
yeah,
Cannabis Freedom Day.
yeah.
Shout out to Master P. You
Master
feel me? You
P, make them
understand?
say,
Doing,
huh?
yeah, doing that work.
Uh,
But yeah, man. 'Cause that's what it's take, man. That's what it's take, bro. Cause we got 420 where everybody gets stoned, but the real fight is like them people, bro, who done missed out on life. You feel me?
yeah,
For something that's really therapeutic, medical. You feel me? And life saving. So it's really, it's crazy. It's crazy how deep it can go. But yeah, that's really where the fight is. So we can't get lost in getting high. You get what I'm saying? For real, for
right.
real. Even though I
I
love
totally
it, you
agree
see
with
my
you, man.
name, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I don't. I love that part, but man, for real, it's really about the freedom.
Yeah,
Feel me?
The
I
beautiful
totally
thing
agree.
though, we can be high and get shit done though. Like
All
that's the
day,
thing.
all day,
I
all
think
day.
people there's a misconception about being high. You know what I mean? Like I get high and go
Yeah,
work out. I get high and do
yeah,
some work. And
yeah.
so that ideology that you lazy when you high is just that's just a message that they've been pushing to stigmatize it. You know what I mean? And that's why
Stigmatized.
being an athlete and using it is important because I had tons of peers and friends who can be high and be the best athletes. You know what I mean? Like, but
Exactly. Play the
nobody
ball
talks
without
about
it.
that. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's again that's the education, that's ending the stigma, that's letting people know that black men use it, but white women use it, white men use it,
yeah.
a lot of people use it,
Everybody,
lawyers,
everybody,
doctors,
everybody.
entrepreneurs, politicians. So it's we got to really end that ignorance and that mindset that this is a plant that only a certain group of people use.
For
Yeah,
real.
I mean, you're so right about that. I mean, you're right. I mean, that it's a universal plant that many cultures use, and this is something that's uh, something that's been around for a very long time, and I think that it's been successful for a reason
For
because
real, little Mac.
people just didn't realize that this is something that they can benefit from. And then there's like you said before, the stigma has been so bad. Like it just, where does it end? As far as trying to get people to realize things aren't what they used to be. Things are a lot different than how they were before, and we've all seen things evolve. And I think that's what we got to get people to realize is we're in an evolution, especially when it comes to cannabis. And I just
It
watched
is.
something on Instagram about a study about cannabis and COVID, and just thinking
Right.
like,
Yeah.
wow, we're really doing this now. This is really happening. We are actually studying this,
It's
taking this
here. It's
serious.
here.
Yeah,
It's
That
it's
beautiful.
definitely.
It's beautiful.
We
It's beautiful.
pioneers. We really
Yeah.
pioneers.
Nah, we are. We
Little
are.
Mac
It feel
said folks
good too.
arrested and losing their jobs over cannabis laws has destroyed more families than just a person medicating on it. Yeah,
Yes, it has.
That's it
I
for
mean,
sure.
people losing housing. You know, if you live in an apartment or something, like it's all
Yeah,
types of stuff.
it's all tough. It's all tough, man. That's why I
And
love
every
my
state
apartment
different.
building. Yeah. Shout out to my apartments, man. They don't be bothering me, man, for
That's
medicating
the
at
right.
home. You know what I'm saying? That just make home so much peaceful when you can medicate in peace. You ain't
Right.
got nobody looking at you for the smell and shit. It's
Mhm.
stuff,
Man, yeah,
excuse my language. For
Yeah.
real.
yeah.
I
That's
From
how.
mean,
government.
that's huge. You know, just I mean, peace of mind. You know what I mean? As again, man, as black men, we walk out into the world. Like I know in Columbus, like racism was just considered like a public health crisis. So just being
Yeah.
out, you know what I mean? Like you got people tense, and if people don't know, understand mental health or understand your
Yeah.
environment, like if you in certain
Tough.
environments, you gonna feel a certain type of way. You feel that energy if somebody feel
Yeah.
like you
Do.
different or you look different.
Yeah, you do. You feel it. You feel it. That's real. That's real, bro.
Yes,
Gotta
sir.
take it easy.
Absolutely. So
Gotta
yeah,
take
man,
it all
I'm
the
gonna
way
pull up
easy.
this. I'm gonna pull up this list of licenses that we got here. I'll take a look at this real quick. And see, he says our government knew how many uses and grows in this country they would give up to fight. Yeah, I mean but their heads are in so far clouds. It's like it's hard to get these people to pay attention. They're just out there. I mean, you know, it's a constant struggle to get people to pay attention. I mean, nobody really wants to focus in on one particular thing. You know, we have so many things happening on a daily basis, killings, shootings, you name it. It's constantly an ongoing issue. And this list that we got here, we waited. The lottery was back in January,
Right?
and we're just now finding out who won. And I still think some of these names are still hilarious that they weren't questioned a little bit further about the names of these companies. But I know for sure I can tell you that one of them that you're familiar with is Amplify. They got one in Columbus. I know that the Forest received one, so I know everybody's heard of them. Uh, I'm just going through these to see if I see any other companies that I recognize the names to. I know that Clutch, I believe, got some, so there's going to be a Clutch dispensary. Um, FRX is an existing LLC in the program that already had a dispensary, so they'll be getting an extra one. But like Shangri-La, I don't know anything about them. Green Power, the Nectar Markets, I've never heard of any of these people. So we're going to have a lot of new companies with new things, new ways. Yeah, Steve said the top one is that's the Citizen Real Estate. Yeah, that's the code for the Clutch. So if you're a Clutch fan, then there's going to be some Clutch dispensaries. I do believe there's going to be another About Wellness as well. But yeah, Big Perm's coming. Everybody knows about who Big Perm is. I don't know anything about the Big Perm. You heard of him, Gerald?
I haven't heard of Big Perm.
Me neither. Not even up north, I haven't heard of him. Big Perm, come on the show and tell us more. Well, I'm watching for falling prices, man, but I think that's not going to happen really like in a meaningful way until you get more dispensaries open and you've got more. To me, the market is fragmented because there's a lot of products out here that people don't like, so they're just sitting on shelves. The more inventory
Or don't
sits,
even know about.
yeah, when I'm still buying stuff from September of last year, that's telling me something. Like something happened in September and October of last year where we had a drop because there's a lot of products still around from last year and it shouldn't be. It should be long gone. But we're still seeing products that are from last year in our market. And and they're marking them down dirt cheap because they know if they don't get rid of it, it's going to expire and they're going to have to just throw it away. Then it's going to be a complete 100% loss of money. Could you imagine
They
that?
done made what 130 something million.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine having to throw away that much stuff? I mean,
That's crazy.
and that's the concern. Like, if we're not buying it, and it's going in the cardboard recycler that they make them put it in, then I mean, we're not succeeding in the program. Everybody says they want prices to come down, but how could they, if they're not selling anything? If nothing's being sold, everybody's going up north and buying everything up north, then the program is not going to survive.
Everybody going up north.
I mean, and everybody buying it from the illicit market. I mean, we just got to be real. Like at the end of the day,
and that's another thing too, as far as like the whole idea of the illicit markets. It's not going to change. People are still going to listen to the illicit market or legacy market or whatever you want to call it. They're going to listen to that market first because that's the market that they have the most comfort level with. But at the end of the day, I mean, for some people, they're just not going to deal with the legacy market. It doesn't matter whether they support them or against them or not. They're just not going to buy stuff from that market because they're concerned. They're afraid that there might be something wrong with it. And I mean, that's the problem, and stuff up north used to be really a lot more sketchier than it is now. And I would say the products up north have dramatically improved a lot compared to what they were last year. So if Ohio doesn't start thinking about how can they keep the market in Ohio, there won't be an Ohio market to talk about because everybody's going to be going somewhere else. I mean, prices are lower depending on where you live and depending on how old the stuff is. Like, that's what I'm noticing. I go to different dispensaries all over the state. Maybe I haven't been in your dispensary yet, but there's a lot of dispensaries I've been to, and I still see the same kind of pattern where you have these rushes where a certain strain comes out or a couple products come out, and rush, everybody's there. And then the rest of the time, it's crickets. And that's the same thing going on in Michigan. There's no more excitement. It's like, I can wake up any day of the week and go buy some meds.
Right.
But not everybody has that luxury. And this goes back to what you were saying before, Gerald, about people having access and being able to afford it. And it goes back into the stigma. Like I said, there's a stigma about the medical marijuana program that it's a bad thing. A lot of people will tell me, I don't want that medical marijuana. I don't want that government cheese. I don't want that government weed.
But a lot of people, too, what I'm finding out, don't even know about the program. You know
They've
what
never
I mean?
even seen medical marijuana before. They've only seen what somebody told them was medical marijuana. They said, hey, man, this is the stuff from this is the same stuff they got at the dispensary. I'll tell you, my guy know a guy, and my guy know a guy, and he got it from the guy from the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't even know that we have a medical program from my perspective. Like, I've talked to a lot of people. They don't even realize.
No idea.
Because they're not really marketing it or advertising it. Like, they're not putting education out there. Like, unless people doing their own events, like there's nothing coming from the state level that's like, we doing this, even, they doing a lot of stuff towards opioids, opioid reduction, but it's like, why haven't you introduced opioid reduction as cannabis, as that being, a part of that? So there's so many holes like in the program from a medical perspective, from a healthcare perspective. But we also got to understand it's a big business and big government perspective. Ohio's big in opioids and selling opioids. And so, when you look at Ohio has one of the worst healthcare systems in the country and some of the worst health in the country, but our politicians don't care. So the people have to care. You know what I mean? Like, if the people don't care, they going to keep getting hoed, excuse my language, but it just is what it is. And so what I realized, not being from Ohio, is a lot of Ohio people just take what they given. You got a high labor market, so people don't really, they may be in a factory or something, and they may not want to go against their executives or CEOs, and, they may be getting paid a decent wage. But when you look at long-term health care, when you look at the cost of health care, we really got to speak up as people, because cannabis is going to eliminate and help a lot of people. That's free health care, and it's essentially, so. But people got to speak up. You got to go to your politicians, and really raise hell.
Yeah, I mean, it's a terrible system, and you know this kind of segues into this meeting that we're having on Monday in Cincinnati about Senate Bill 261. And if you're interested in coming to this meeting in Cincinnati, just send me a message later or email me. But you know, we're going to be talking about Senate Bill 261 because that's the bill that's out there to amend the Ohio medical marijuana program. So, I mean, things that are important, like expanding qualified conditions are in there. Like, this would actually allow a medical marijuana doctor to recommend without having to go through finding your records and all that. This will allow, as we talked about opiate disorder, this would actually include opiate disorder as a qualifying condition. This would also add autism as a qualifying condition. And that's huge. I mean, just the fact that a doctor can see a patient and doesn't have to wait for a bunch of records to come in, they can make a decision on their own. Yeah, this person will be a good fit for medical marijuana, and that's going to allow more people to get it. In addition to the THC cap for concentrates being raised up to 90% with a variance of 10%, which means we could have 100% dabs.
Yeah.
I like that.
There is some things in there that's supposed to make it easier for people who have had drug-related crimes on their record to be able to get the job easier. I mean, because you can still get jobs. There is a process that I've heard about, and I'll get the guy who's done it to give more detail on it. But there's a process, even if you have a criminal record, you can still get in the cannabis industry. There is ways to do so. Don't think because you have a bad record. Let them know, Josh. Just because you haven't had a record doesn't mean you can't be a part of the cannabis industry in some legal, official way.
Nah, for real though.
We talked about URC last year. You know, URC grows to help people who have had criminal records related to drug-related crimes have an opportunity to get trained to be able to work inside of a medical marijuana facility or to grow hemp. And Josh is going to give us all the details.
Because I'm in that program.
He's in that program. So we learned about a program, and we not only did we learn about it, my guy Josh enrolled in it. We're going to take action. So we're going to learn about that program through Josh. And, you know, other people, if you're watching this and you have a record, don't be discouraged because there is somewhere in the market for you. You know, even if you were, I could honestly tell you, man, people think, you know, well, I'm just going to say it out loud. Somebody says, well, I sold drugs before. So what? That might make you a better bud tender. Ain't I right? Ain't I right? So come on now, don't be ashamed because you were just trying to help somebody else who needed some cannabis. Don't be ashamed about that. Don't think that you are lesser than anybody else because at one point you sold somebody some cannabis. Do not be giving yourself that kind of guilt because you don't deserve it.
Yeah, and don't pigeonhole yourself. A lot of people pigeonhole themselves, you know what I mean? When you look at the ancillary market in cannabis, such as what we're doing right now, creating a media platform, you know, that supports the cannabis industry. There's so many different things, marketing, advertising, that you don't even have to be on the plant touching side to be involved with cannabis. Putting on events, you know, bringing people together, like, you know, being part of the, you know, policy or lobbying. You know, there's so many ways to get involved in the cannabis industry, you know.
And not even touch cannabis. You don't even have
right, and never even touch it.
Nope.
Right.
So,
you know, like if you sold, if you sold something like that, don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, unless somebody asks you, like, ain't nobody really just asking you, like, you sold weed, like, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't put yourself in a hole to stop your opportunities.
Yeah, and you know, something else I just want to make sure that we talk about is this: that you know, we're trying to create things for patients, and this is why I created the 420 Live Club for patients and caregivers, because caregivers are a big part of the picture, and I want to make sure caregivers do not feel left out. Now, there's all these other events for all these people, for all these things, for the whole everybody, right? But I've seen nothing that says patients only and caregivers only. So I'm going to put this together with the help of many others and the support of many others, including my mom. Thank you, Mom, for your support. I love my mom.
Dukes.
Mom Dukes. She's probably watching us right now. Hi,
Mom
Mom.
Dukes.
Say hi to
What's
Mom.
up, dude?
What's up, Mama?
Let me put it on screen so she can see y'all's faces. Say, y'all say hi again.
Come on.
What's up, Mom?
Everybody else say hi to my mom. And thank her for helping us set this event up. Because it's hard to get an event set up. It's hard to get a place. It's hard to get a permit. And what we'll be doing is having fun. This is not going to be some boring, political, wah. We is going to be listening to music, and eating some food, turning up. Just not too much. We don't want the boys to come. But we're going to turn up a little bit. And we're going to celebrate being patients in this program. And we're going to start getting some energy in this program to get everybody motivated to go on to fight for what's ahead next. And that's patient rights and protections. That's better pricing. That's home grow. That's adult use. But if we don't show these legislators that we mean business, that we want this is what we want, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Facebook, complaining on Facebook is just not enough.
It ain't enough. Not no more.
I mean, a lot of them politicians don't look at that stuff too. Like, unless you're reaching out to them directly and they DMs.
Hire somebody to do that.
Well, yeah, they got legislative aides, but even if you call them directly, they legislative aides is handling all their calls. You know what I mean? So, but the best thing to do is reach out to them directly through their policy or through the government website. Call them, leave a message. Like, you're the constituents; they have to listen to you. You know what I mean? And they got to listen to us. So the more of us that come together, you know, to have a powerful voice. You know, that really is what shifts the culture. And in Ohio, I think a lot of people scared they're going to get their guns taken away if they get their license. So that's another thing.
And let's clear that up, man. The gun CCW law is gone.
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 Right. They ain't got CCW no more.
Okay. Because you know I support all my gun owners. I support the right to bear arms. Okay?
Yeah.
So that means next time I ask one of you folks I know who say the reason you don't have your car is because of your CCW permit, I'm going to tell you that won't work no more. So now, come up with something else. Yes, and also, what we still want to see happen is a better pricing scheme for people to get in this program. We know there are some lower ways in, but we need to get it to a better even playing field where people can have more doctors who are going to be either able to do it for no cost at all. Because if you just had to pay $50 like it is up north, hey, that wouldn't be that bad, would it? Nah, shut up.
Nah.
If you'd have to pay the doctor's fee, oh, that would be so much better. Your boy Mastamynd is working on it. You just don't know. I've been working the whole time to figure out how to get rid of the doctor's fee. Gone.
For real.
That's hard, for real. So that's just some things your boy be working on. Like if I spend all my time complaining about every little thing that every little company was doing wrong and every little product price issue and all that, I would not be able to get these people to listen to anything we're trying to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's better than just act.
Wouldn't work. So like I said, I know that gas is very expensive. I know things are very hard right now, but the numbers are rising. I'm not even going to lie to you. The numbers are going up again. No conspiracy here. But at the same time, we got tools now. We got some medicine to treat the COVID thing. We got some other stuff we can do. And we just got cannabis in general that pretty much makes it go away anyway, right? Makes it,
It's that took, baby.
Hey, I can't wait for y'all to see that research study that lady published about the correlation between the states that had cannabis and the states that didn't, and how they lined the COVID-19 map of where the worst places were compared to the places where they didn't have cannabis legalization. I can't wait for that. So yeah, if you want to see a little bit about that, go to my Instagram. I posted it on my story. Very smart. It's like the cannabis Science of Cannabis or Cannabis of Science or something like that. Definitely look them up. I'm gonna try to put the link in the description if I can remember, but I probably will forget. And like I said, if you want to come to the meeting to talk about Senate Bill 261 in Cincinnati, then let me know and I'll plug you in with the details. But yeah, we definitely want some patients to come down and visit us. You gonna be there, right, Josh?
I'm there. I'm in the building, man. You in my city. You think you gonna pull to my city? I ain't pulling up, big bro. Come on.
So the 420 Live team is gonna be in the building. The whole team. I'm counting on my guy Swango to be there too, so we can just
in the building.
Man, Gerald, you got to figure out how to get a babysitter, man, so you can come.
I'm about to be there. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna figure it out.
You gonna figure it out? I can put you down on the list, the hot sheet.
Yeah,
go ahead. I'm telling them to keep a sandwich ready for you. But
yes, sir.
I mean, whatever it takes, man. We got to get y'all down there, and if you are interested in coming and seeing us, and then also, like I said, mark your calendar. July 1st, we're getting together for a good time. And you have some giveaways. You gonna have some stuff to give away to him, Josh? You gonna have some giveaways?
Man, come on, I'm coming
through. So you gotta come to see what Josh is giving away.
I stay with the bag on me.
Stay with the bag. Stay with the bag. And I'm gonna be giving away something. It could be an Echo Dots. It could be money. It could be a gift card. It could be T-shirt. You never know what Mastermind might be giving away.
Hey.
So
giveaways.
And if you're having a transportation issue, please reach out. If you're having a financial issue but you really want to come, please reach out. Don't feel like because you feel like, man, I can't afford it, I ain't got the money, or need a hotel, whatever the barrier is, reach out and we'll try to figure out how we can help close that barrier. We got till July, so we got time to try to get everybody there. So yeah, before we wrap up the show, I gotta ask Gerald, what you having for dinner?
Yeah,
the wife just told me she wanted Cadoba, so we're gonna have some Cadoba, some Mexican.
Cadoba. Okay. What about you, Piehead? You in Miami? What you eating in Miami? What's up dinner out there?
It's undecided, man.
It's undecided. Hey, man.
Man, it's too many options,
Man, hey, let me see that ocean view again. Can I see the ocean, man? Can I see the ocean?
Oh, yeah, you can see the ocean.
Can we get that ocean view before we go?
It's a little storm right now. Let me see.
Don't lock us up like you did. Don't freeze it up like you did in Jamaica, man.
No. It ain't gonna freeze up.
And don't drop the laptop off the roof either, man. Woo, look at that. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, man. That's a view right there. Woo.
Top of Miami, baby.
Yes, sir. We gonna be there. Next year. Hey, you gonna probably tell me to book that room for next year, man.
It's a business trip. This ain't even vacation. You feel me? This business trip. You feel me?
Hey, man. We gotta go back down there and have a big party down there on that balcony.
Bro, hold on. I can take you. Want me to take you higher? I can go higher.
Oh, man, wait, what you talking about, man? Hold up.
You want to go higher?
You see you're not feeling Little Mac? You said you having frozen pizza tonight, man? That might hurt your stomach, man. You might want to cut back on that pizza, man. I had some frozen pizza the other night, Little Mac. It wasn't too bad. Is it Tony's? You better have some Tony's pizza. Did he freeze on us? I told you he was gonna freeze, man. The king of the screen freeze, man.
The Wi-Fi ain't strong enough up there.
There you go. It's delayed, man. Hey, now, like I said, don't drop it.
I went off the grid for a minute.
Hey, yeah. Hey, I thought you was going to space and shit. Hey, you gotta watch out for them rocket launches, cause you down there where they be. You down that way, ain't you? Yeah, you might be able to see them rockets.
Rocket launch.
Space. Okay, man. Well, I hope you feel better, Lil Mac, man. That pain, that's why I can't sit still. That's why you keep seeing me moving all in the frame and shit. I be in so much pain. I be ready to just jump out of my seat sometimes. But that's why I stay medicated.
Stay medicated.
Well, I appreciate y'all being here on the show, man. Make sure y'all stay on here for our wrap up after this. So we're going to go ahead and let all our viewers go. Make sure y'all tap in next week and keep up. I just dropped a new High Times video. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check out my other channel too, Anthony D. Riley. Because there's always an adventure there that you might not know about.
Medicate, stay medicated, man. Y'all be blessed out there.
Stay medicated.
Man, my guy, man. I'm hoping things get better for you, Lil Mac, man. My bad, man.